Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this recording on what are the best indicators to use when day trading. Not a day goes past that I don't receive an email from a trader from somewhere around the world asking about the indicators that I use. Are they customized? Will they work on MT4? Will they work on NinjaTrader, TradeStation, and one of the many other trading platforms? And what about this program? It costs $5,000. What about there's a Fibonacci one that costs 16,000. What's my opinion on this? So in a way, I want to lift the lid a little on what are the best indicators when it comes to day trading. I get slated myself personally by various sites stating that I'm a charlatan and that I do this and that I do that, yet I give my indicators away for free. My entire program is only $197 and my indicators are free. And so what I'm going to do is show the general public and show you, the trader, what are the best indicators to use when it comes to trading. I've been in this business for now over 24 years. I've purchased or coded hundreds of indicators over the years. Many of you are aware I've run investment funds. I've had full-time coders working for me, or programmers, and we've coded literally hundreds of different strategies and systems and indicators. Here we're looking at TradeStation, my charting package, and we're looking at just a few of the indicators. I have hundreds of them. These are all coded to my TradeStation program, and there are hundreds, and this is just indicators. Then I've got show me's, then I've got paint bars, and I've got automated strategies. So I'm going to be straight with you and show you and explain why I use various indicators. We'll come back to this chart in a moment, but very quickly, I'm just about to also record a video on how to average $200 a day plus per contract. And this particular one, I've just fired off two trades. Each of those were, this is on gold by the way, with for 5 ticks each, two contracts each. So that's a little under $200 after commissions. But the point here is, here's 1 2 there was a potential trade here, one here, one here, one here, another one here, and just 5 of those a day. There's your 200 net after your commissions. But that's for another video. So another instruction video I was about to do. But let's get back to the PowerPoint, because I'm really fired up today about a couple of things that I've seen recently about indicators. Now, some of the indicators that I've purchased are worth thousands of dollars, and some also that I must say that we've designed ourselves as a team. We could sell for thousands of dollars, but we don't. Because what I want to show you is that just because you pay $16,000 for a Fibonacci set of indicators, what I say to traders nowadays, save the money for your bank account, because there's the best indicators, in my opinion, are free. But we'll get to that in a moment. So before we do, understanding the risk. There is a risk in trading. Of course, if you're a current member, you're well aware of this disclaimer. But if you haven't seen one of my videos before, please pause the video and ensure that you do read the disclaimer, because you can lose money when fantastic value today in what I'm about to show you. It's not going to be a long video, but this is really important. Indicators can be a great confirmation tool. Now, you've all heard the saying, the early bird gets the worm, but when it comes to trading, the second mouse gets the cheese. Now, as the statement says under this sort of sentence, better information isn't always about life and death, but it sure does give you a competitive edge. So what's the second mouse got to do about trading? Well, indicators are lagging. That is, nearly every indicator is a derivative of price, meaning they plot after price. Yes, we have some that plot in advance, but realistically there's very few predictive indicators out there. So in other words, you can use indicators to confirm your trade. For brand new traders, indicators are fantastic as a confirmation tool, because as you hear me preach, you want to have a rules-based trading methodology where you basically, like a pilot, you tick the box. Yes, it meets this, yes, it meets that. It makes trading a lot easier. If trading hasn't been kind to you, yes, you need to have a rules-based strategy, and indicators can help you. But there's a few things you also need to be cautious about. Now before we get to the chart, we've got to say this, or I've got to say this: why have a range of different indicators? Well, for the exact same reason a tradesman has a range of tools for different jobs. In my particular program, I teach traders over 15 different strategies. We've got counter trends strategies, we've got change of trend strategies. I have with trend strategies, retracement strategies, etc. So I've got different tools for different jobs for different times. Now what I say to all new traders, you really want to focus on only 1 to 3 trading strategies until you're consistently profitable, and add more as time goes on. Become a specialist, focus on a few strategies until you're consistently profitable. What that also means, when it comes to trading, you want to avoid this: that is, many charts, there's so much information on the chart, there's so much to analyze, it's complicated and it's distracting, and it makes it very difficult for traders. So I'm about to show you a chart, and I'll go through my indicators that I use, and some of them you wouldn't need on the chart, because if you're not going to counter trend trade, for an example, you may choose not to have a divergence indicator. But anyway, let's go to the charts where I can actually explain the indicators to you. So let's get back to this gold chart. By the way, this is a 144 tick chart that we're looking at here. So just to explain the indicators, what I have, and I won't go through all the settings, of course you discover all of these in the Day Traders Fast Track program. And now I know some of you have started complaining. Stop your complaining. It's only a few $100s to become a member, but you'll get the drift. Okay, and for experienced traders, you'll know exactly what I've got here. So first of all, I want to have my floor pivots. Floor pivots are very important, and basically every trading platform now has floor pivots. Then I have 5 moving averages. These are EMAs. Okay, the blue one I call my trigger line. Okay, so I've got a longer term, 2 longer terms, and 3 very short terms. Now if you were to strip everything off the chart, and that is, if you are a pure price action trader, that's all you need, as you already know that. If you're a pure price action trader, you know you only need the EMAs. And some will say I don't need the EMAs, and that's because you're very good at visual recognition. You can see when you're in a good uptrend or a downtrend. And by the way, just while I think of it, on the right hand side I do have an anchor chart. The anchor chart is approximately 3 times higher than my entry chart, and the only indicators I am interested in on my anchor chart are my EMAs, quite frankly. Okay, so I could actually remove my platinum, MACD, and my stochastic. I could actually remove that. Now the black dots are simply fractals, and many of you are familiar with fractals, and I don't even have to have them on my chart. I like to use them for drawing trend lines, etc., because it's a very accurate way of drawing trend lines. So we've got floor pivots, 5 EMAs, then I've got my platinum MACD. Now this is what we call a 0 lag MACD. Now for my members, by the way, here is a perfect bet the farm. You can probably see that just there. I just had to point that out. And I use my MACD, and it's a very sensitive MACD. I use my MACD for divergence trading, mainly for divergence trading. Now here, all of my members know this is what we call a T7 bet the farm. So we've got a great little double top with divergence in the direction of the overall trend. Thank you very much. And I was preparing this, otherwise we would have been on this trade, and that would have made 1, 2, 3 winning trades, 4 winning trades, 5 winning trades in a row there. But that's a bit besides the point here. So we've got the MACD. Now one of the reasons that you may choose to have a MACD on your chart is this: you hear me recommend to traders, under no circumstances should you be counter trend trading until you're consistently profitable as a trend trader. You know, traders have this, they have this thing where they just want to always be trying to pick tops and bottoms, and they get smashed day in day out. Stick with the trend until you become very good at trend trading. Then you can start to dabble and test your counter trend trading skills over a period of time, starting in demo. However, that may be the case, but it's still great to be watching your MACD for divergence for the counter trend trades, because if I have a major divergence trade, I don't want to trade against that. I want to be very cautious. So even as a new trader, even if you are, and the yellow line, by the way, we call the gold, and we actually say to traders, follow the gold. If you're under the gold, you want to be short, under the trending gold, that is. If you're above the gold in an uptrending gold, you want to be long and looking for longs only. But if I've got strong divergence, I really want to take notice. So quick recap again: floor trader pivots, my EMAs, fractals are optional, then we've got the MACD, and next thing we've got is my stochastic. Now this is what I call a too smooth stochastic, and this actually, by the way, is from a third party. And for my members, by the way, if you, and even the general public, if you want to drop me an email, that costs $197, and I don't get any commission from selling or recommending this. Both the floor pivots and the stochastic is from a third party. I don't get 1 cent from recommending those two indicators, but I think they're great. But there's lots of, you can use either a standard stochastic, which is 2 lines rather than 1, or there's lots of too smooth indicators out there on traders forums and things like that. But I use it for my slingshots and for my money on the floor trades, etc., and it's a great indication of trend. So I actually have 2 stochastics overlaid on each other. I have a long-term and a short-term. And there's one other thing you can see here, that is the white paint bar. Now the white paint bar here is what I call my super scalper, which many traders and all my members, of course, you know how my super scalper works. Fantastic turning point indicator or swing point indicator, and a lot of my traders will only use and only take a trade after. For an example, you had a trade here, you had another one here, you actually have a signal here. Remembering, traders, you want to be very careful. After 4 to 5 super scalpels in a trade, you want to be more cautious. You want to tighten your stops. So there we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a fifth, and you just want to keep a tight stop on this one. So you do have a fifth. And another thing, of course, and this is just by the by, it is 4:11 p.m. in my part of the world. So in another 50 minutes or so, we'll see the pre-open of the London market. So we'll really start to see the market start to pick up. Now on gold, by the way, each tick is worth $10 US. So I've set my platform here just for this other video I'm about to do to be scalping 5 ticks at a time, which is $50 per contract for this other video. So that's why you get out there. So getting back to the indicators, so I've got EMAs, I've got a special platinum MACD, but you can use a standard MACD. Now by the way, if you want to model my standard MACD, you want to have a setting of 3:11.6, because I know lots of you will be looking at the setting here of 7:28.7. Well, that's okay if you're using a 0 lag, but otherwise a standard MACD, you want to be using a 3:11.6 to model what I have on my chart. So the point I wanted to get across here is, traders, I have some great indicators. Like many of you know that I use an indicator called the TradeMaster. Let me just perhaps show you this. The TradeMaster is a $3,000 indicator. I love it. It works an absolute treat. It can be a fantastic money maker. See these dots here? They actually plot after the fact, but when applied with my super scalper, it's a fantastic indicator. Now it's an investment of $3,000. Do you need it? No. Would I recommend you have it if you can afford it? Absolutely. Why? Because it'll make you money. But if you're a newer trader, or you want to keep things minimal on your chart, you can stick just with your EMAs, your MACD, and your stochastics. Now what do they cost? They're free, traders. They won't cost you a cent. They come with every trading platform. Now for our pure price action traders watching this and this video, you'll know you had an entry here, you had another potential entry here, you had an entry there. This low was not taken out till here, so here was your entry again. Your next entry was here, your next entry was here. So you could be pure price action trading just on the candles using EMAs. But getting back to the point I was making earlier is this: indicators can be a great confirmation tool, and if you are a newer trader, or if trading hasn't been kind to you right now, using the indicators and using the indicators with specific mechanical rules can dramatically improve your trading. But the point to this video, and by the way, just very quickly, I do want to just quickly show you this, because I know you're going to be thinking, okay, so what the TradeMaster does, it gives me projections. Okay, so here it is here. So it told me to basically put my stop in up here, projected the market would come down to here, the next projection point would be here, and it's giving me a projection here. So this is what's cool about the TradeMaster. Okay, so it'll give me a projected potential target. Now let me just remove this, sorry traders, get this back off there, because you're all probably wondering, what does the TradeMaster do? Once again, you can drop me an email if you want to find out more about that, and I can send you some information. But getting back to this, really probably the best of the best are free. That is, they won't cost you a cent, and they're available on virtually every trading platform. I just really wanted to get that across, because the amount of bullshit that's out there saying you've got to spend this, or for an example, my program's BS. Well, traders, it really comes down to the individual trader. Unfortunately, we're trading trolls out there, and traders failing to take responsibility that they fail. And that is the reality of trading. And just in closing, I have to say this, trading is hard work. You've got to put the time in it. You've got to become a student of the market. Now, what I can give you, I can teach you decades of trading within hours. There's no need to spend decades or months and months mastering the art of day trading. The battle is not learning the setups. The battle is within you as the individual trader. Now, yes, it's true, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Now, these setups are easy to learn. They are, and they're all mechanical. And what I just showed you there, that's them. There's your clear-cut entry points. Well, if they're so easy, why doesn't everybody do it? It's because the easy things are also easy not to do. Let me say that again. The things that are easy are also easy not to do. And when it comes to human emotions and trading, this is where we let ourselves down time and time again. So we need to work harder on ourselves as traders than what we do on learning our setups. Let me say that again. We need to work harder on ourselves than what we do on learning how to master our setups. So traders, some of the very best indicators are free. They're available on every trading platform. So as we close off, traders,